Women, men, stop taking hormone replacement therapy. Don't touch Ozempic and thyroid medication. If you still have a thyroid, no bueno. Can't take it anymore. It's time that you guys realize that taking pharmacological interventions, supplements, creams, pellets, elixirs, they don't fix your problem. They're band-aids. The HRT thing in women and the TRT in men is out of control. I know, I'm coming from Los Angeles, and not only am I coming from Los Angeles, but I've traveled all around the frickin' globe. Go back through my video catalog. I remember going to South Africa, which I spoke there and talked to Professor Tim Noakes. And I'm at the gym, and all these guys are on TRT. And now today, HRTs, estrogen, progesterone, and now testosterone are being prescribed to women like eating Tic Tacs, popping Tic Tacs, having a chewing gum. You don't have a chewing gum, but eating chewing gum. It's so normalized. It's disgusting. Or drinking a coffee. It's so incredibly sad and pathetic that we're living in a society where your doctors are like, oh my God, it's totally safe. I mean, it's not cancer causing at all. What? Blood clots forming from HRTs, birth control pills. Like, they'll say anything. And y'all are freaking believing this nonsense. Like, nobody's talking about Ozempic and how it destroys your GI tract. Those people that lost all that weight, they're not talking about when they lost all that weight, not only did their bodies go through gluconeogenesis, but how the slowing down of your motility is jacking their health up. Nobody's talking about that. But the HRTs, the progesterone, the estrogen, and now testosterone, women, stop. You're not going down the rabbit's hole to actually find out why you're moody, or you can't sleep, or you're flashing, or you're gaining weight, or you're depressed. A lot of it is that we are exposed to xenoestrogens, plastics, receipts from the store, the quality of meat, the vegetables, everything leads you to be estrogen dominant. And then your fat cells produce estrone, and your estradiol is nowhere. Progesterone is nowhere. Testosterone drops. Dihydrotestosterone rises. And women start having all of these issues like flashing and not sleeping well and, aging. Just simply aging. Skin becoming crepey. Then they fast to try to fix the situation. Then they try to do carnivore to try to fix the situation. But it doesn't. And women try to sit there and justify weight loss on a scale equating out health, but it's not, because you still have the depression, you still have the loose skin, you still have the cellulite, you still have all of these problems. Can't sleep, flashing up a storm, gaining weight. You got to look at your adrenals. You got to look at your adrenals. They still produce your reproductive hormones. So does your skin. You have to think about growth hormone. You have to change your life. Some ding dong on my channel's like, not everybody's in the gym every day, 6 days a week. My people did that to me when I lived in Hollywood, and I would go to the gym for 3 hours, but I wasn't working out 3 straight hours. Now I'm averaging about 30 minutes, if I can even get that in, 6 days a week. Exhausted from doing everything myself on this ranch. 99% of the women in the US could not handle what I do. There's no freaking way. And somebody thought I was having a party living in a small town on raw land with 5 freaking animals while you're trying to build a house and take care of your parents. Yeah. And then take care of yourself. And then run a full business. Unbelievable. But I digress. There is a mind-body connection. There is doing everything that you can to connect to a circadian rhythm. There's the quality of food, like I will be mentioning in a second once I play these videos. The type, timing, and quality, and the amount. All of these things matter. Getting rid of all those xenoestrogens. Getting rid of super high oxalate rich like spinach and everything, receipts, cleaning materials, makeup, chia seeds, flax seeds when you're having too many of them, the soy, the non-organic vegetables, fruits, the meats injected up to the frickin' the milk, the butter that's not grass-fed. All of these things have an incredible strain on your endocrine system. The Wi-Fi, the frickin' cell phones, the sitting wrong, the moving wrong, the not having enough upper trunk circulation. Sitting like this. You need to sit like this. Strengthening your core. Breathing properly. Instead, people are running towards the HRTs and they don't realize the bad things that are going to happen down the road. Welcome everyone to my very humble channel. Now let's get right on into it. Let's talk about the HRTs and the TRT. Now, you guys know that I'm pretty much against bioidentical hormones. I don't like melatonin. I don't even like the thyroid medication because it is a Band-Aid. These supplements, creams, elixirs, medications do not fix the problem. In fact, they can exacerbate the problem by blunting these particular organs to secrete the hormone that you need, or balance hormones. When your doctor's like, oh my God, it's so safe, go ahead and take those bioidenticals. In fact, you need it. You need it for, strong heart and for vitality. And no. You are momentarily tricking the body. For one step up, you're always going to take 2 steps down when you're trying to take progesterone or estrogen and testosterone. With women, I don't even want to get started with that. Not only testosterone is dangerous for women, but it leaves you with quite a lot of male characteristic problems, and that your endocrinologist or whomever is giving you this nonsense, the prescriptions for this, do not tell you. In fact, they learn from schools where everything weird becomes normalized. Instead of working on your adrenal system and your sleep, balancing your blood sugar, strengthening your body through proper exercise and breathing techniques, grounding circadian rhythm, getting your blood sugar stable, sleeping right, eating the right foods, timing, type, and the quality. You don't have to turn into an old lady when you turn 56 like myself. As you guys can see, there is no filter. This is what I look like at 56. Now, I'm not perfect by any means, but you see a lot of damage from my 30s has been repaired into my 50s, close to 60. It literally, you can't fix all the damage, but you can fix a lot of the damage with all those things I just mentioned, like the circadian rhythm, like going to bed, like using copper. Trying to stay away from toxins, drinking fresh, clean water. do not fast. If you don't want to turn into an aging apple, do not fast. These fasting, like hypnotized secular leader gurus that push this garbage, they're not telling you how fast you age when you fast. If you have cancer, go down the rabbit's hole and try to learn why you developed the cancer and fix those problems. Because fasting when you have cancer can actually lower your immune function, and it really depends on the individual and what they were actually eating prior to their fasting. But I want to show you a video of a woman just singing the praises. So let's check her out. Hallelujah, sister. I have been singing these praises forever. Forever. If you try an HRT, if you're having hot flashes, if you're not feeling well, and you try it and you feel better, the goal is always to get off. I'm not going to hate you guys for trying this stuff, but don't stay on these things, the thyroid meds. In fact, I really don't think people should start those meds at all. They need to go down the rabbit's hole. But check out this comment. By this woman. Her Instagram is the Primal Bod. I love what she's saying, but she says, there is no outsmarting nature. The idea that we should evolve past nature will soon meet them. And let's try this again. There is no outsmarting nature. The idea that we should evolve past nature will soon meet its demise. Using synthetic problems, bioidentical hormones, to band-aid symptoms whose root causes are the absence of natural living is its own symptom of society on the brink of disaster. I am a doctor, question, or am I a doctor, question mark? No. Do I have common sense and a connection to nature? F yes. No one gets to unsubscribe from the ancestral DNA. Love this. It's amazing. Love, love, love.
You should only be on it for the smallest amount of time possible. And so I kind of was like, oh God, she really doesn't think it's safe. And so I said, all right, let me go ahead with this experiment and I'll wean off of it. And so we weaned off over the last 6 months. So I have been completely off of HRT for about a month now. And I got to say, the first 2 weeks weren't bad. And I was like, yeah, this seems fine. And then it crashed and burned. And 2 weeks ago, I started having hot flashes like you cannot believe. And now that I'm having like 10 or 15 hot flashes a day, and I'm having even more at night, that it's keeping me up all night and I cannot sleep. I'm generally most days going on about 4.5, 5.5 hours of sleep. This is not a good thing. When I first went on HRT, I want to say I was getting around 8.5 hours of sleep a night. I was sleeping like a baby. It was great. Then when I went down to the next dosage, which was the 0.0375, I think, then I was sleeping about 7.5 to 8 hours a night. And that was about when I got my Fitbit. So this has been tracking my sleep. So now I actually know how much sleep I was getting. Then when I started on the weaning off dosage, then I started getting about 6.5 or under. And so now I've seen me lose like 2 hours of sleep a night, which, you know what? It's a lot. It's a lot for a person who like needs to be on camera and speaking and saying things that make sense and then editing videos and then talking to you on Instagram and talking to you on Facebook and not being moody and not being overly sensitive and just feeling normal and like feeling like I'm a functioning human being that can get stuff done. And so over the last 2 weeks, it really became clear to me that this was a failed experiment, that I really needed to be back on the HRT in order to really function well in my life. So I called my doctor to say, okay, failed experiment, let's put me back on, because I did make her promise that she would put me back on, because originally she did say she would want to keep me on it for 5 years. And
the solutions are quite clear. Take time. most people are not setting enough time to the side to heal their body. It's like I have a puppy now. It doesn't matter. I can buy him the healthiest kibble, but the preservatives in the kibble, they give him eczema, skin issues. As long as I'm feeding him deer meat and liver, that dog is so shiny, skin clear, just so healthy and vibrant, nice clean teeth on eating what a dog is supposed to frickin' eat, not Fruity Pebbles. Work hard. Meal prep. If you have histamine intolerance, get your meat, cook it, freeze it, then unthaw it and eat it. Don't allow food to sit in your refrigerator a couple of days because bacteria is growing on it. You have to literally connect with nature. You have to get vitamin D. So many people are not getting enough sun. Even on a coldish, warmish day, I get into a tank top and I allow the sun to get on me during the winter. Like today and yesterday. Day I was dreaming right now. The goal is to not run towards the HRTs or the thyroid medication. What a freaking scam reality. Nobody, none of these doctors and naturopaths talk about what are you doing? How did you develop the problem? Let's go down the rabbit's hole and find out how and why you develop these endocrine problems. I mean, the true nature of the modern human is to just do everything easy. But if you want to change your health, you got to put in the work. You got to put the time in. You can't just rush and get the kibble, feed the dog some dried out Fruity Pebbles and walk out the door. You actually have to take the time to meal prep, fix the food. People are like, raw or cooked? I'm like, well, sometimes I have so much meat that I will literally prep some food. If I'm really busy, which I am, I will cook it. Yes, I will cook it. So it will not oxidize as quick as raw meat, and then feed it to him for a week and then prep again. Do the best that you can with the time that you have to be as natural and close to nature as possible. This in lies the problem with people with hypothyroidism, high blood sugar, Hashis, hyper, malabsorptive. The reason that people end up feeling sick is not that they've done these things. We've been lied to. It's the fact that they don't take the time to fix the problem. HRTs is not going to fix your problem. And now you have the risk of cancer. I'm sorry. You do. And they can all tell you 5,000 times that you don't. They lie. They lie. It's now in the last 5 years, really in the last 2, that women and men have gone crazy on these hormone replacement therapies. It's not safe, people. It is not safe. It's not safe to take melatonin. It's not safe to take thyroid medication or SRTs or reproductive hormonal creams, elixirs, pellets, this, that. I know it's a quick fix, but the goal is always to get off. If you're taking supplements for anything, the goal is to not remain on these for the rest of your life as your body atrophies and forgets how to balance your hormones as you get older. People live out in remote areas not taking TRT and HRTs to not be depressed. They connect with nature. And that's just a reminder of this video. Do not get scammed by all of these health practitioners and people online saying that this stuff is natural, because it's not. And when we normalize this stuff, that's when people, they never get fixed because they're looking for the quick fix. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. You can book a consultation if you need help directly. No BS. Let's get the work done to actually fix your health. You can also go to Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook fan page is Stephanie, the business person. And I also run a course where I cover all 3 diets. Yes. And it's not just about the diet. That's the reason why I like to talk about just the general subject of the human body, because it really comes down to that. No diet alone is going to fix you. It's not. You have to fix you. Not carnivore, not keto, not fasting, ice baths. None of these things are going to fix you. You have to fix you. And I'm out. Peace.